So today I'll be demonstrating the extensible configuration management feature that we have added to this release or the upcoming release. So as Ruben mentioned, so we had introduced a similar feature to the log management of Tedge agent, where using plugins, you could fetch logs from sources other than files on the file system. Okay, so we have extended a similar concept here for the configuration management aspect of agent as well. Okay, and for a bit of background, so the configuration management feature of Tedge agent in the current or the earlier releases had some major limitations. Okay, the primary one was that so config management lets you fetch a configuration file or update a configuration file, and the fetch was always limited to a single file on the file system. And there are many software where configuration would be like broken down into multiple different files. Like there will be a core configuration, and then there will be extensions as well. And now, if you wanted to see the effective configuration of the system of that particular software, that was not very easy with the earlier system, where you could like only fetch one file per type. So if you wanted to have that holistic view, then you would have to query multiple files. So that was one limitation on the fetching side. And on the update side, there were a few major limitations. The primary one being the update was limited to just a file update. So you will have one file, configuration file on the file system, and from the cloud, you can send another file. And the agent would blindly replace the old file, the old config, with the new one. And there was no validation being done. There was no way for you to do any validation prior to doing the update, or like say after doing the update, you couldn't do any post-processing actions. Like say, for example, in most services, they require a service restart or reload after the configuration is updated. Or say, if the configuration update fails, then like revert back to the old configuration and stuff like that. Okay. And these are the limitations that we are hoping to solve with the with this plugin support. Okay. Now, a plugin, like every other plugin on Thinedge, is a simple CLI or a simple script, if you'd like. Okay. And the contract is simple. It needs to have 3 subcommands implemented: a list command, get, and set. So list lists all the configuration types supported by that particular plugin. Okay, so for a piece of software, then if it supports multiple kinds of configuration, so that simple plugin can support them all. And get takes the configuration type as an argument, and then it retrieves that particular type. So it can be read from the file system, or say if the configuration is in a database or something, then in the get command, so you can have the code to fetch the configuration from the database and then provide it back to the agent. And similarly, set takes a type and the path to the updated configuration that is downloaded from the cloud, and you can do whatever update logic that you want instead. Okay, so that's the simple contract for the configuration management plugin. And what the agent will do is that when it receives a request, a configuration fetch or configuration update request for any of the configuration types that were listed by that plugin, then that get command or that fetch request from the cloud will be provided to the plugin in the form of a get command. And similarly, for the update, it will be mapped to the set command for the plugin. So that's the contract between the agent and the plugin. And for the sake of the demo, I am using a service called Light HTTPD. It's a lightweight HTTP server, which is controlled using a simple configuration file called lighthttp.conf. Okay, and I have written a plugin for this thing. And so here is a plugin. So we'll just quickly go over it. So as mentioned earlier, it supports 3 subcommands: list, get, and set. And list lists the configuration types. And in this particular case, it's just a single type. So we are just printing that to the output. And the get does something more fancy. Okay, so it receives the configuration type, validates if it's the one that it supports. Okay, and instead of just reading the content of the light HTTP file, so what it does is The service, light HTTP service, provides this command that lets you aggregate all the configurations, okay, the main configuration file here, as well as if any extensions are also provided, then it will aggregate them all and then provide an effective configuration view. Okay, so that's the one that we are using here for the get logic. And for the set, so we get the target configuration in the second argument, and here we do a lot more. So the first thing is we verify if the configuration, the updated configuration that we have received, is valid or not. Okay, and again, like HTTPD provides a command that lets you, -t command that lets you validate. It's a very simple validation, but still it does some basic validations. So we are validating that first before applying it. Okay, and if the validation succeeded, then before updating the config itself, we are going to take a backup of the configuration first, and then after the backup is taken, we update the old configuration file with the new one that one was received. Okay, after the update is done, we restart the relevant service. Okay, and if the restart, for example, after applying the configuration, if there was any failure, we have the option to basically restore the old configuration, okay, and reload the service. Okay, but if the restart succeeds, then we remove the backup file because it's no longer required. Okay, so that's the logic, or for your software, you can tune your logic as per your requirements. Okay, now let's see this plugin in action. So the plugins, config management plugins, are installed at this location, where config plugins. So this is where all the config plugins will have to be installed. And if you look at the contents, so you will see the light HTTPD plugin that I just showed you. And there is the file plugin as well. So this is the default plugin that is installed on all the systems. And this is the one that provides the legacy configuration management feature, which is just about reading a single file or updating a single file, and controlled by the touch configuration plugin.toml file. Okay, so now let's just check. So as you can see, though, it supports the list get and set command, and we see that the list command in action. So yeah, it prints the configuration type. Now let's head over to the UI. So we've got the device here, and head to the configuration, and you can see that our light httpd.conf entry is here with the suffix, and the suffix is the name of the plugin itself. And now let's try and fetch the configuration. As you can see, it's showing the effective configuration. So it's a fairly big file. Okay, and this is that effective configuration concept. But if you look at the actual configuration itself, it's something like this. It's just a few, like maybe 30-40 lines of configuration, but the effective configuration is fairly huge. And this is also one of the aspects where, like in many systems, even though the configuration will be minimal, there will be a lot of implicit defaults that are applied. And by having an effective view, so you will be able to look, check all of that. So yeah, all that is there. And the view is actually slightly different from the actual configuration format as well. And so that's the configuration fetch part. Now let's try and update the configuration. So to validate if the update works, so first let's see. Okay, sorry. Let me just check on what port it's running. It's whatever it is. Okay, so in the skull command, you can see that it has the server header that says light HTTPD with the version number. Okay, And with my updated configuration, that server header tag is what I'm going to change. So I'm going to change that write HTTP value with TEDGE write HTTP. So let's run that configuration, and that's successful. And let's validate if the update took effect. And as you can see, yes, it has changed. And the configuration file as well. You see, yeah, should be the minimal one that we just pushed. And similarly, like if you send a bad configuration file, so for example, it doesn't have the closing double quotes for the value, you send that, and then during the validation phase itself, this will fail. We'll get the error message here. Bad, yeah, bad like HTTP configuration file. Okay, and you can see that the old configuration was left intact without corrupting it. So yeah, so that's pretty much everything that I wanted to showcase, and this is the power of the configuration plugin model, the configuration model, sorry, the plugin model, where you have complete control over what you want to do while a configuration is fetched or updated.
Yeah, so I think that's it's a really powerful kind of mechanism, because configuration, there is no standard to do something with configuration. So previously, we only supported file-based configuration, but by adding the plugin kind of mechanism, you can interface with anything you want. So whether that's, I know, REST APIs and call that to get and set stuff, totally up to you. And you can also do the fancy stuff if you wanted a rollback mechanism or whatever, that there is no such thing as a generic rollback mechanism for configuration. But we give you all the tools to be able to do that for whatever application you want. So ideally, you'll have applications that can also validate a configuration before you set it. But even at Mosquito at this point in time, that doesn't support it. I think they're adding it in the next version, but it really is dependent on the tools that you use.